Can you actually believe it? I did a favourites video in January and now I'm doing one in February. What is going on? This has never happened. Personal achievement. Go Tash. I'm looking at the pile of stuff here and I realised a lot of it is makeup based. And this never happens because I very rarely get new makeup, so I don't ever try anything that's new, so I don't ever have any new favourites because it's just the same stuff I've been using for ages. I'm glad to say that we've made a bit of a change this month and bought some new makeup. If we start with base and then build up how you would do your makeup, the first favourite of this month is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This one I have been loving and using nearly every single day since I bought it. So my previous favourite foundation was the HD Makeup Forever foundation, whatever that one was called. I really enjoyed that one, but then I tried this one and it just blew any previous foundation I had completely out of the water, because this is honestly the best foundation I have ever used. I absolutely love it. I think I love it more because it's got more coverage than my previous foundations. This one is a medium to full coverage. This oil-free foundation masterfully diffuses the line between makeup and skin. Coverage so undetectable and skin so naturally radiant, they'll think you were born this way. So it does everything it says on the packet, really. It is such a natural foundation. It looks a lot like your skin. I don't know whether you can tell, I have actually got it on now, and I have been wearing it all day as well, which is another really good thing about it. With my previous foundation, by the end of the day I was looking a little bit oily and it kind of all rubbed off on my face. This one has a much better staying power than my previous one and it still looks really good. I've gone for the shade Ivory because the shop assistant said that it's a foundation that does oxidize, which means that when you go outside or when it comes into contact with oxygen, it does darken slightly. So the colour is quite a light one, but obviously because it's in winter and because the whole oxidization thing, it works really well on me. I love that you can build it up, so if one day I'm having a bit of a bad skin day and I kind of just want to build it up, I can do that, but I love the fact that it still looks really smooth and really natural and just like skin. Honestly, I can't recommend this enough. I really love it. I bought a cult favourite. Now, before buying this, I had only ever had one other eyeshadow palette, which was the Urban Decay Naked 2, I believe. I have the Sweet Peach palette. If any of you have had the pleasure of smelling this palette, that alone is such a good selling point. The fact that it smells like peaches. Honestly, if you're ever in a shop that has a Too Faced counter, go and give this a whiff because I promise you will not regret it. The palette itself has some beautiful shades. It's more sort of out of my comfort zone. Usually I go for like the browns and the nudes, but this one here has some purples down the bottom, there's a green in it, it's also got some pinks and also a nice selection of brownie nudes. This one is a palette that works really well in the summer, I feel, but you could also kind of mix the shades up and use the darker colours for winter, so it's a really nice palette for all year round. The amount of different combinations and looks you can get from this palette is insane. It's like limitless. You've got the dark shades that can smoke things out a bit, you've got the pink shades if you want a more natural tone, you've got the creamy shades at the top as well for like an everyday look. The pigmentation of this palette is unlike anything I've ever seen before. I put just a tiny little bit on and then that's enough. So when I first used it, I kind of like swirled my brush around and I was like, oh my god, I have so much product on my face right now. So you only really need a little bit, which is great because it means it will last really long. The blending qualities of this palette are incredible as well. So with the fact that you've got all these kind of colours, they work really well together because they blend so well together. So I mean, you could take, I think today, I used a bit of the green, a little bit of the purple and some browns as well. To start with, I was a bit worried that I'd look like I'd been punched in the face. But I'd say I think it works okay. I mean, if you don't think that, then that's your decision, but I think it works okay. And I really, really love this palette. So I've been using it kind of every day since I bought it. It says a lot because I don't often wear eyeshadow. If you only buy one eyeshadow palette this year, make it this one because honestly you won't regret it. And then my last Too Faced thing is one of their melted matte lipsticks. I'm quite late to the bandwagon. If any of you are unfamiliar with the concept of liquid lipsticks, let me just quickly educate you. So basically you apply them like a lip balm in the way that it's liquid. So it's like a lip balm, a lip gloss, you just apply it, and then eventually, after a few seconds, it dries and it looks like this. And it's completely matte, and its staying power is insane. So you can drink with this, you can eat food, and you'll only need to reapply it like at the corners. Every time I put it on, I'm just like, oh my goodness, make sure you get it right, because once it's there, it stays there. I bought it in a nude colour. What colour is this? It's called Sellout, because I just wanted something I could wear every day. You're always safe with a nude. So to pair with the liquid lipstick, I bought a new lip balm. Again, another bold statement, but this is my most favourite lip balm I've ever tried, and I will definitely have to repurchase this. I think this is probably going to be one of the only lip balms I use going forward. It's by a brand called Sol de Janeiro, and they're a Brazilian brand, I believe. This lip balm is called Brazilian's Kiss, and it's cacao lip butter. And the lip balm itself is really thick, so it's in a really thick stick, so you can apply to both lips at the same time, which is really nice. This one smells like cake. I would be lying if I said that the smell of cake was not a strong factor in me buying it. I could honestly smell this all day, it's so nice. One of the philosophies behind this lip balm is the fact that it makes your lips kind of soft but with a slight sheen, so it is a bit of a glossy lip balm, and it also enhances the natural colour of your lips, so you don't even need to wear a lipstick or anything to go with it. Just applying that on its own will really kind of bring it out. And it's called Brazilian Kiss because apparently in Brazil they love kissing. I love the whole idea behind it, the fact that you should just embrace human nature and do whatever makes you happy and just kind of enjoy life. I like the whole concept behind that. The fact that it's yellow just reminds me of sunshine and summer, which is another positive, and it's also a really nice hydrating lip balm, so I'm gonna buy another one of these. I'm not sure if they ship to the UK. I did buy it in Sephora. All of this stuff here I'd really recommend, that's why it's in a favourites video. The next thing that I've been loving this month is not something that's like a new release or even new to me, it's just something I've rediscovered. Those are the Rita Ora nail varnishes. I've had these for quite a while, but I've also been having shellac on my nails for quite a while. One thing I realised though is with shellac, layers of my nails have been separating, so I just wanted to give my nails a bit of a rest to naturally grow back out and get strong again, because I do have really strong nails usually. And while I'm waiting for that process to happen, I've been using the Rita Ora nail varnishes. I really like these because they dry really quickly. The colours are really nice, especially for this time of year when we're getting into the spring, summer kind of months. I know there are also other colours that are not pastel colours that you can use sort of like all year round. But one of the biggest things about these nail varnishes is the shape of the brush. It's curved. It honestly fits your nail bed so well. It just makes painting your nails so much easier. So this next favourite of mine is one that's quite new to me, and I say that because it only arrived yesterday. I've been looking for a curling wand for quite a while now. My previous one I believe was only 19mm thick, so it left quite tight ringlet curls. And then I found this one, which is the Tresemme, oh Plumineck, what's it called? I think it's the Tresemme Perfectly Undone curling wand. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. It's a 28mm barrel, which isn't too thick but also not too thin, so it does leave a nice sized curl in your hair. There are 3 different levels of heating. You've got one for fine hair, for medium hair, and for thick hair, and because my hair's quite thick I use it on the thick hair setting, obviously. The barrel itself heats up in a few seconds. I think it's like 10-12 seconds is all it takes to heat up, which is really nice. And it's also really long, so it's got an extra long barrel for people with really long hair, like myself. I have longer hair, sometimes I struggle fitting it all around a tiny little barrel. This is also a really tiny little detail, but I think it is important because it just makes it a whole lot easier. It has a cord holder. It's just like a little reusable tie that will keep the cord all nicely wrapped up so that it doesn't get tangled. All products that have cords should have a little clip like this because it honestly helps so much. The wand itself comes with a little mat with a velcro strap so you can wrap it up once you're done and keep it safe and make sure it's not getting damaged. and it also comes with a little heat protectant glove. And then the last thing for this month is something I discovered while I was out in LA. One thing that they have in America that they don't have here, which I was really intrigued to try, were mint M&Ms. You can get M&Ms of so many different flavours out in America. They do like pretzel, they do... oh no, there were more weird ones as well, but the pretzel one really stuck out in my mind. I was intrigued to try those. Maybe I should have got a packet as well. But I bought the mint ones. They're mint and dark chocolate, which we know is a winning combination. They are so nice. If you like mint, definitely try these, or see if you can pick up some from somewhere. It's not like After Eights here in the UK, or like an Aero, where you can taste the mint, but it doesn't feel very natural. This one is a strong, natural mint. It's like a chewing gum, but with chocolate in it. I love it. I've been loving it. I bought one of these, and then I went and bought 4 packets more, and then I bought a big, like, sharing pack. I have not shared it with anyone. I will not be sharing those with anyone, because they're really good. Yeah. That's everything on my favourites list of February. I feel like I've just rambled so much about all of these things. That's what happens when you don't plan a video and you don't plan what you're going to say out loud. You kind of have to rely completely on your mind being able to communicate with your mouth fast enough to get words out that make sense. So I hope you've enjoyed listening to my weird ramblings and maybe even learned a thing or two. If you do try any of the products out that I've mentioned, please let me know how you get on with them if you love them as much as I do. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I will see you next week, most likely, but I've been a bit rubbish with uploading videos. I will get better soon. I hope. I promise. I promise. I promise I'll get better soon. Yes. Bye! Because I'm so gassy today. Why do I keep burping? Whew. The palette itself has some beautiful... oh, how do people do this?